Right, in this lesson we're going to be covering the output devices used in a computer. So output, of course, is having something come back after it's been processed by the computer. And so there are different forms of output devices as well. So let's start off going through that. You don't need to worry too much about that section. So in terms of inputs and outputs, so we have display, audio, hard copy, and control. So briefly, let's review this. So VDU stands for Visual Display Unit, basically a monitor. We then also have different types of monitors. We've got the LCD screens as well as LED panels, and these can be embedded onto devices. And then on the computer, on where it's been used, we've got a ATM machine. For example, you'd see the screen to show you how much money you've got on your balance. And also this other forms of outputs that are displays are TVs, projectors, and then on a sat-nav screen. Right, audio, think about speakers, headphones, hard copies, different forms of printers. All of these are different forms of printers. If you're not sure about each one, research it. And then we have control outputs. We have like a relay switch that is used to output something based on an input. And then we have what's known as an actuator, which is basically a motion output. And then we have a haptic feedback, which is used on mobile phones. For example, like the force feedback when you're playing a game, or or it might be used on a joystick as well. So it's basically like a force feedback, so something coming back to show that there's some movement. Right, so yeah, just a brief points to research these things that perhaps might not be so obvious to you. Right, so in terms of performance and output factors, so factors that affect the output of factors that affect the performance of an output device. Sorry, if I can get my words out. So there are things like the clarity and accuracy of the output. So we're thinking about the resolution, the sample rate, the frame rate, the color depth. All of that mainly relates to visual outputs. Also, in terms of the hard copied outputs, for example, a printer, noise might be a factor that we need to consider if we're buying one. Speed of how quickly it can process something. For example, how quickly is it going to print? And printers, for example, are measured in page per minute. Yeah, how many pages it can print in a minute, and how quickly is it that we're able to update it. Configurability, how we're able to change it to suit the user's needs, and then the form factor, the shape of it as well, might be a consideration. Right, so again, here's a task that I want you to be able to go through here, have a read of the task, and see if you're able to give a detailed answer to that question. Okay, there's a task to do within school. Okay, and then that completes this lesson.